It's lunchtime, and the Brooklyn Cafe is open for business. Live from Studio A in the heart of Delray Gallery, Dawn and Freddie S. and their team are ready to serve up a huge portion of fun for lunch with friends and neighbors. So let's break open that lunch pail and unwrap that sandwich you brought and take a front row seat in the Brooklyn Cafe and get ready to enjoy some humor and hot topics. It's time to get a healthy serving of hope and happiness to help your day go by with a smile. Your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S., are ready to talk about food, health, dating, or just plain dream making. If you have a story to share, a movie review, restaurant critique, or just a coincidental thing that happened to you, call in toll free at 888-565-1470 right now. Sit back and enjoy your lunch break at the Brooklyn Cafe. Here are your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S.
And welcome to the Brooklyn Cafe. You know, Monica just like, let's go. It's Monday, Monica.
Monica is the boss.
I'm a little late.
Monica's the boss. You know, it's a good thing Michael's here with you today because you're a little outnumbered on boss ladies today. Just saying.
And the funny thing is, I don't hear nothing. I hear nothing. Are we on? Yeah. Is my mic on? Really? You see the green bar going up and down, Monica? All right.
Yeah.
I hope so, because I don't hear nothing.
If you hear us, let us know. If you don't hear us, let us know that too.
Yeah, it's kind of strange though. I don't know what's going on. Normally I hear something.
Happy Monday to you.
Happy. Welcome to all our friends in South Florida, LA, San Francisco, Chicago, New York. I know why I don't hear nothing, because I got the wrong headpiece in. You know why I got the wrong headpiece in?
You wearing my headphone?
I'm wearing the wrong headpiece because my co-host here, I don't know why she has a headpiece. She doesn't wear it.
Are you, well?
No, you're not going that way. You're going to come. And here we go. Holy smokes.
Happy Monday,
you know
Freddie.
Just keep it down.
It's all good.
All right, take it easy. All right, welcome to all our friends in South Florida, LA, San Francisco, Chicago, New York. Welcome. And remember, caring is sharing. You're doing a great job of sharing it out. Our numbers, again, are up. Facebook is back. I want to thank all of you from the bottom of my heart for all the nice things that you have said about the Brooklyn Cafe on Ice. And we're going to get that party going. We got to sell a whole lot more tickets. People are telling me they're going to get it next week, this week, whatever. But let's get this party going, because the more noise we make for all our friends in the not-for-profit and profit-making communities, the bigger it will be.
Well, I think, Teddy, have you sent out your email yet?
I'm about to.
All right, so before you send it, let's add in there, please contact us so we can book you to get on the show before the event. Because I want to spotlight, like we're doing today with Elite Foundation, I want to spotlight all the foundations that are joining us at the Cafe on Ice, right? Give them another plug, talk about their mission, and since you haven't sent it out yet, let's do that as well.
Okay.
Let's take care of that business. And what else we got? We got the Brooklyn Cafe on Ice, right? And if you have not gotten the invite, or because it is a little confusing, sorry to say, all you have to do is let us know who you are so that they can write in. There is no drop down now?
Never a drop down. So to be part of the Brooklyn Cafe TV on Ice, it's really simple. We're going to put this in Dawn English instead of Freddie Spanglish.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's a Freddie Spanglish.
We're going to put it in Dawn English. It's very simple. If you are a foundation or organization that want to be a part of it, just let us know. We'll send the form out. It's very simple. It's just so when you register, when people buy the tickets and you put in Elite Foundation, or you put in Sparkle of Hope, or you type in MDA, the Panthers keep track of it. And I want to make sure that it's the foundations and organizations that are registered through the cafe, right? There are 1 million organizations, and the Panthers are so gracious. They don't know who's part of our organization or not. They'll just write checks to everybody. But it's got to be on the list that I will provide to them before the event, so everything gets taken care of. And if you are a for-profit company and you would like to be part of it, and you want to even just give back tickets to people who can't afford it, to these kids from Florence Fuller, to the kids from Miracle League, to the kids from the high school in Atlantic High School through Scholars CC. So many kids want to come to the event and they are in financial hardships and they can't come. So if you just want to donate tickets and money and then still earmark it to go back, it's kind of double dipping, which is a beautiful thing because you know what, it's all about giving at and giving and supporting the kids and bringing awareness to these amazing foundations that we're working with.
Now remember,
You know what date it is?
March 23rd.
What time?
We're going to be there around 5 o'clock, but the game starts at 7, but everything opens up at 5?
5:30. We're doing the party, the 5:30 party up at the
I don't even
Chairman's
know what
Club.
time.
So every ticket includes the admission. It includes parking. It includes the party in the Chairman's Club at 5:30. It includes the game, the $85 level, and Lord Stanley Loft includes all your food, all your drink, all your beer and wine, plus everything else. And after the game, the admission price includes a free slap shot. So everyone's going to go and do a slap shot on the ice, try and get it. And no, there is no goalie. So there is no one trying to keep the puck out of the net. It's just for some fun.
Christian goes, is there going to be a goalie? I says, you could play goalie. No, there is no goalie. No goalie.
So March 23rd, the link is up. It's a Groupmatics link. You can find it on social media. Our animator did a phenomenal job putting a promotion together. Yeah, may as well.
Might as well
Monica's running around while we're talking about it. He did such an amazing job with this animation. So take a look. Animator, he got a really a lot of hits.
And you see Youth in Tennis is involved.
And there's the Elite Foundation started off.
Involved. Fly for Hope is involved, who had the gala on
Saturday night.
I mean, there's all sorts of... Lighted Up Green is involved.
Yeah.
Also want to congratulate New York Sound. They registered. They sold tickets on Saturday as well.
So take a look. It's going to be a lot of fun. Hector, it looks fantastic. Thank you. You know, I'm a little OCD. So Hector, we had one change and then ended up 4 changes. And Hector, beautiful.
I can't believe you made him change.
We got one more change, Hector. Sorry.
Really? No more change.
Well, it's just the spelling.
No, we don't care.
I knew you didn't.
I don't care.
I know you don't.
I don't
But it's
spell.
out. It's out the way it is, and it is phenomenal. And we have Elite Foundation. Did you see your logo when it first started?
Thank you so much. That's
so
amazing.
really nice job. March 23rd, save the date. And if you need ADA tickets, because MDA needed and requested ADA tickets, we have tickets opening up today. They're putting those on. Let us know what level you want, and we will make sure that the tickets at the level that you want are there.
And people were contacting me over the weekend that they want to sell groups of 50 or better. Tickets will last as long as they last in the $35 range, which is what everybody wants to buy large bulks of. I can ask them to put more tickets forward. Let's get rid of what we have, and then we'll go from there. The stadium is humongous.
Absolutely. Let's do it. Everyone wants to know where we're sitting.
We are sitting upstairs.
The Lord Stanley Loft. So we'll be purchasing our tickets there. You know, we have to get them, by the way. I do too.
I was going to get them over the weekend, but I got a little busy. But I will have them. We will be there, and the party will continue to grow up on top.
Good. It's going to be a lot of fun. So get your tickets on Groupmatics, and the video is going out with the link. We're going to go over to camera 3? Or we're going to introduce Wendy?
We're not going to do that yet.
Okay. Then let's get right into it.
Let's go right into Wendy. We're going to go to Wendy. We're going to do it after.
Something happened to camera 3. You don't see it anymore. Hi, John Kelly. How you doing from All County? You've got a lot going on. Nadine Kirby says, things are going great. She's going to be part of the Cafe on Ice. And we're going to get David there. Absolutely. We're going to get him there up at the Lord Stanley level with us, Freddie.
Yes, absolutely.
And you know we have a guest studio with us today?
You know, I do not know, but I see something in the word fearless.
Well, you see fearless. Do you remember Dr. Jessica Vera came on with Elite Foundation?
Yes.
And she brought in Air the second time she came on.
Yes.
From,
kinda. You
remember Air, the model for the human trafficking story?
Oh, yes, that I remember. How can I forget that?
He's not very good at names, but he's very good at the stories behind it. Well, right. Wendy is Dr. Jessica's partner and co-founder of the Elite Foundation. And you know, it's not that we're very careful when we say things, because we were talking about domestic violence a couple weeks ago, and people thought, oh, you're talking domestic violence. We're not promoting any of these things. So, all right, we're here to talk about the prevention of, and we're here to talk about, right, the fight against human trafficking. So by all means, I guess I need to be a little more clear when people log in. Right. We are not promoting these things. We are promoting the Elite Foundation, because I want people to understand there are resources and I never realized until I was talking to Julia a couple months ago that human trafficking is such a thing in South Florida.
It is. We're number 2 in the country, tied with Texas right now.
It's mind-boggling, right? Explain human trafficking, and it's not just what you see in the movies. It's really people that you know, people that you relate to,
Absolutely.
what's around the corner.
It could be happening to your neighbor, to your child, to their children. Anybody can be a victim. And when we talk about human trafficking, we focus mostly on the sex trafficking, but there is also working labor trafficking too. So folks who are coerced to come and work for little or nothing and are, kept against their will to not be able to do what they need to do. Our focus from the foundation perspective is on human sex trafficking and what that looks like in all kinds of different areas. And what happens is, the movie Taken, people look at it and say, oh, that only happens when our children go away. It doesn't happen that way. And very few of them are abducted unless they're young children. So what happens is they get coerced. There's different ways. They find new boyfriends who are a little bit older, who buy them things and get to know them a little bit more. And then all of a sudden they're trapped into a relationship that's a little bit uncomfortable, but they still love them, and so they buy them things, and then all of a sudden they ask them to do things that they're uncomfortable with. It's called grooming, and the grooming component takes a week, it could take a year, but it really impacts how our children and young adults are being taken advantage of.
This to me is the scariest subject because, as a parent, you raise your kids and you talk, and I even had this conversation with my son last night. He said, when my kids grow up, now he's 24, so he doesn't have any children, they go to college, I'm going to tell them no Greek life. I said, really? How are you going to tell them no Greek life?
No, again, I mean.
But here's the conversation, right? So we discuss Greek life. We discuss drinking. We discuss drinking and driving. We discuss people putting drugs in your drinks, right? You never take a drink that you have put down. And we had this conversation with him yesterday because he had put down a drink freshman year in college and picked up the wrong one. And there was something in it, and he got very, very ill.
Oh, wow.
Now human trafficking, right? That's something that isn't even brought to the forefront when you're raising your kids. Did you even think about it?
Yes.
You did not.
Okay.
Have you guys ever been taught about human trafficking when you went to college?
Yeah, I think it's different for guys and girls.
Yeah, well, I got to get you a mic. It was never on my radar, and I did PTA.
But that's
all of these events.
because you're a mom.
Yeah.
And it's a little bit different.
Why?
Because you're not a guy. Guys,
but it's still not on everyone's mind.
It's
they
not.
think about their children maybe being kidnapped,
or
the stranger danger componment.
Well, let me.
Rape, but never the human trafficking side of it.
Hold on. First of all, Yvonne Haas says hello.
Oh, hi, Yvonne.
Because you sit on their board, no?
Yes.
Yeah, so Yvonne, there you go, Yvonne.
Hi, Yvonne.
I had to say hello because she'll bite me.
Right.
The other thing is, the bottom line is this: when you are a dad. And I was a coach, and I had females play for me.
Right.
There is always that on our minds. We don't talk about it. Right. Therein lies the difference.
The human trafficking, really?
I'm going to tell you. Right. We need to talk about it. That's right. And that's what's happening that I like now is that we're having these conversations. We talked about this, where people used to stick their head in the sand and not want to have these conversations because it's not comfortable. It's not supposed to be comfortable. No. So, to answer your question.
And it's not always about money, right? We're going to talk about an event you have coming up on March 9th. And, of course, I'm going to have you tell us because Freddie's not even going to believe the event.
Well, we're having an event that was supposed to be originally on January 27th, but if everybody remembers, that was the day that we had monsoon, rain, wind, everything else. So I think it was ordained for us to postpone it and cancel it because this one's going to be even bigger and better.
And now we can promote it even better.
And now you can promote it, and we have the new commissioner of Oakland Park, Jane Bolden, who's going to be kicking us off. And so it's called Healing Heals. It's a walkathon, and it's about walking in someone else's shoes and understanding how uncomfortable that might be, but how our survivors and the victims of human trafficking go through the progression. It's not only about, when they are in the life of whatever it is that they've been ordained to do, but it is after they come to survivalship and what happens to them and the struggles, because it's so easy for them to go back into something that they're comfortable with, no matter how they felt about it. They're used to it. They know that they can make money. We've had survivors that have contacted us saying, you know, I know exactly how much I need to make a month in order to pay my rent, my utilities, and everything else. I don't want to do this anymore, but who's going to hire me when they see that I've had nothing on my job description but prostitute, and that I've been arrested and have a felony against me because I had to steal diapers for my child.
And what do you tell them?
Well,
how do you even answer that?
Fortunately, we have some amazing people in the industry that are helping. We have attorneys that are getting records expunged because in the state of Florida, there's more laws that are coming, and that, you know, we can, if some of their felonies or their records are due to the fact that they've been trafficked, we can potentially get them expunged, and which is great. But, you know, they have to get job skills, and so that's part of what the Elite Foundation is working through, is that year and a day after they've gone through all of the acute, you know, components of getting through recovery and being in houses that, you know, they get the gap in, you know, the mental health services that they need, because they're all traumatized from this. It's not like someone just walks away and they're fine. That's not the case. So, you know, we want to teach them life skills, what they need to wear for an interview, or what they need to understand to balance a bank account. I mean, the one survivor, she was very good about how much she needed to do and how many, you know, tricks, as you would call it, she needed to do to pay her rent, and that was it.
Well, I want to touch on the heavy side of this conversation, because I know people are going to write in, and everybody's going to have an opinion on this thing, because Absolutely. It is a hot subject matter. And if you watch TV shows over the weekend, some of this was actually on there, and I didn't even know you were coming. But some of the problems that we have are here, are how parents treat their kids, or how their kids perceive how their parents treat them.
Right.
Florida is a nice, warm state, and it has a lot of beaches, and you can hang out and sleep under a coconut tree. So there's a lot of runaways in Florida, and that becomes a main part of the problem, because all of a sudden these gangsters, for lack of a better word, they have all these fish in the pond because they're coming to them, and all of a sudden, you get them to, you want to be the mom or dad image, something that they were missing at home. These guys are psychiatrists and sociologists. These guys are better at the game than anybody. Right? So all of a sudden, they are going to let them, you're going to fall in love with this maniac who's about to turn your life upside down. And you will protect this maniac.
Absolutely.
And there's a sickness. There's a...
Munchausen, or not Munchausen, no. You would ask me, and it's gone.
Do you know what it's called?
Protect. Well, there's a whole codependency. There's a whole mental health component to it.
There's a name for it, where you protect your captor.
Yes.
You love your captor.
Yeah, no matter how badly they treat you.
No matter.
I can't remember what it's called.
It has a name. It'll come to us. If you know it, just write it.
It will come to us. Write it in.
So all of a sudden, that becomes the problem. And and then when guys want specific women, and they go to parking lots at different places, different venues, because there are women, for some reason, there are women that sit in parking lots because they can't find a public venue to sit in. They got to sit in a private venue and make it easier for these morons to come along and do some damage. But it's the problem, I guess my question leading up to all this, it's the problem that we have to be better at parenting. Do we have to be better understanding our kids? Do we have to be better at home?
We have to communicate with our kids. That is the key. Our kids these days don't have, I mean, when I was growing up, I didn't have a cell phone, I didn't have internet. You know, we played outside. This is a much different environment. Kids are more socially conscious. They put a picture on, you know, Snapchat and wait to see how many likes they get, and then they take it down because that's how popular they are. So they have very different self-images and self-confidence than what we did growing up, because we were, you know, we were strong, and nothing like that was ever, not that it didn't happen back then, because it did, but there's just so much more opportunities. Now, then they had to come and they had to abduct us pretty much or something, but now they coerce and they groom them and they get them to come to them. Oh, I love you, come and meet me somewhere. But we have to communicate. We have to make sure that we know exactly what they're doing. If you have a tracker on their phone, do it. If you know that they're having conversations with other kids, call their parents and things like that, because we know that within 24 hours of a child running away, they will be into a situation where they're going to be approached.
And a lot of it comes down, Monica, we're going to go to commercial break, self-love, right? Because, and as you're talking about, and I didn't even put this whole mental health pieced together, but there's a huge mental health component
Right.
of being accepted and feeling love. And if you're not feeling love at home, then
You're
you go
gonna get
outside
it.
to seek it. And it
Yeah.
might not be the love that everyone considers, but it's the
It's
love you're
attention.
seeking, and it's the
Right.
attention. So
Absolutely.
it just gets bigger and bigger. But March 9th, Elite Foundation, it is at Royal Palm Park in Oakland Park. We will post a flyer for you as well. It starts at 8 a.m. And what a better venue for me than to actually get out and walk in my high
Wearing your
heels.
I
I get
want
to
you.
walk in my high heels.
And you
I
have to
think
get
I might
some,
have
too.
to. You have
I
to
got
get a pair of
guys
wedges.
wear high heels too.
Absolutely.
Her fiance
I
just
need-
got a pair.
I need you to bring me a pair of old shoes heels. I need 2 pair of heels. I'm gonna put it on my Converse. I'm gonna stick them
Actually,
on
you
the
know what
Converse.
Wendy told me?
Yeah.
For men to wear the high heels to participate, you need to go up a size and a half. And her fiance just bought a pair of women's wedge shoes so he could walk them. Walk
So
the
just
walk.
you can go to any women's shoe store that sells
Yeah.
larger
wear
shoes,
women's
and
shoes.
if you wear a size 10, then you buy an 11 and a half. If you wear a size 13, then you might have to
Me
order them.
in
But
heels. You better have paramedics there because I'm busting.
we
a
will
leg.
have paramedics there.
I'm
actually.
busting
But,
an
but
ankle,
what a
you know.
great cause. And Jen
Oakland
G, I know you're going to be doing this with me, and it just goes. And I was telling Wendy briefly about the segment we're putting together, stories from the soul, SOLE, a step-by-step journey, and literally,
And there you have
we're
it.
going step by step in our high heels. And yes, I get to go buy a new pair of shoes, I guess, to walk. But it's only a quarter mile.
Yeah, that's not that far.
Now the
Not
cliffhanger.
easy.
The
You can,
cliffhanger.
there is a little bit bigger if you feel compelled and you really want to to show your support.
The cliffhanger I want to leave before when we
We're
come
gonna
back from the
commercial?
commercial is that a lot of kids will say, "Mom, Dad, you don't trust me."
Right.
And you know something? That's what I want to talk about when we come
Okay.
back.
All right.
Ready to
Stay
do it?
tuned. Give us a call, 888-994-4995. More at the Elite Foundation Mental Health Awareness Monday in the fight against human trafficking. And we will be right back.
Are you looking for a new business opportunity with residual income from the convenience of your own home? Are you looking to help people and yourself take control of your health, lose weight, and feel great at the same time? It's time to drink and drop the pounds with Cafe Canna. No need to keep inventory or sit in an office. With 2 simple sachets a day, you'll receive your daily dose of coffee, CBD, and an appetite suppressant. Contact Bev today at 954-612-1271 or visit their website hempshopstore.com. Drink and drop the pounds to a new business and healthier you.
If a tree falls in the woods and no one is around to hear it, does it make a sound? Have you ever felt that your voice goes unheard? And you think that you can make a difference if only someone would just listen? It's time for women in business to have a place to step into your power, a platform to embrace your hopes, dreams, and your visions, a voice to heal and restore. Your voice can make a difference. We have the platform to share your story and let your voice be heard. Be kind to yourself. Give yourself the chance to be heard and shine bright. Contact New Dawn Media by texting CAFE to 80800. That's CAFE to 80800.
Do you want to learn how to eat healthy? Do you know that vegan food tastes great? Let me show you how I can make vegan, vegetarian, healthy food taste delicious. For more information, contact Chef Zelicious at 561-629-0593. We've made guest appearances on Fox 29 News, CBS 12, PBS, and more. Let my dishes speak for themselves so that you can enjoy healthy eating again. You can follow me on Twitter at Zainab73 and on Facebook and Instagram at Chef Zelicious. That's ChefZelicious. Let's get healthy again. Woo!
And we're back on Mental Health Awareness Monday. It grows and grows.
My
There's
belly has a malfunction.
Mental Health Awareness Monday. Welcome back to the Brooklyn
Every
Cafe
time you
TV.
say that,
Give
that's
us a
what
call.
happens.
888-994-4995. You want to cut over to Teddy at the round table?
Well, let's set it up.
Go ahead.
We have a new segment that we have been talking about doing now for a few months.
Yep.
And Teddy's going to be sitting there with Mark, right?
Michael.
Michael. I got to come up with a name for you.
I told you. This is what
Michael,
happened.
Mark, it's all the same difference.
It's live.
And we actually, what do you got cooking, Teddy? What do you got over there?
So at the Brooklyn Cafe Roundtable, we have a brand new piece that's going to be coming to different restaurants.
She looks like Dana White.
Dana White. We're also going to be doing interviews here where you can come get a free ticket to our new show. You can get all of our information and a free cup of coffee over here.
That's really cool. Now, part of the deal that we're going to be doing with this is we are going to introduce the table concept into different restaurants. I already got 2 or 3 that have ordered the table, so that when you're seated at these tables, you get a cup of coffee on the cafe, which we're going to supply them with the coffee. And we're going to be able to read about the cafe, maybe leave them tickets if they want to come down. And we're doing this so that we can promote our show on the air. And there she has the banner for the Brooklyn Cafe Ice.
For the tickets. And those are going to be going down Atlantic Avenue to promote the cafe.
When are they doing that?
Whenever Teddy Mara and Memphis decide to go do it.
Oh, okay.
And Monica.
Okay. So we're going to be doing that. So we want to bring this to the public because we want to go public, skin to skin.
To bring awareness, bring businesses forward, advertising, foundations, of course, bring it forward. You can find us at the Brooklyn Cafe TV on Facebook. You can always email us at the Brooklyn Cafe TV at Gmail. We keep it very simple.
No, you don't.
Very simple.
No, you don't.
Why?
Because it took me a week to finally get the banner that I sent out.
But we have to say special thank you to Amy Reshevsky, who created our roundtable.
Yes.
Amy Reshevsky is an artist here at the Heart of Delray Gallery. We're at 1440 North Federal Highway in Delray Beach. Actually, we share a wall, so all we have to do is scream over the wall and say, thank you, Amy. She creates amazing masterpieces. She has the whole front of the gallery, she and Bonnie Perlin. So come on down, check out Amy's work, and a very special thank you for creating this piece, this commission piece for us.
It's a beautiful piece, and then we are also going to introduce, I don't know, you got a name for it?
Michael?
Michael? No, the name for the marketing deal that we're putting together?
It's in the works.
It's in the works. We're going to be doing a marketing piece also with Michael. Right. Now, Michael, I'm going to tell you how unobservant my co-host is. We were given a beautiful butterfly last week, and I'm looking over her shoulder, and it's alive and in that jar.
No way! Sorry, I got to get up.
And what it is that, butterflies are symbolic of change and of just open it and let it out.
I'm going to.
Oh, wow.
It's symbolic of change and future and hope.
Hate butterflies.
Oh, no.
Doesn't it?
This was given to us by Tony and James Gorin,
If it lands right on you.
and it
You
is
can
a
always put it on your
beautiful
There's no.
monarch butterfly.
Wow.
And it came to us in the pupa, and now we're going to let it
Amazing
out
is that?
when it's ready to go.
Just leave it there and she'll fly out. And the funny thing is that, isn't it symbolic that we are introducing these concepts today, new concepts, right? The future
Right.
of what we want to do.
Right.
And we're looking also
That's
to go
awesome.
on Apple TV and everything else. We got more of that stuff coming. And Michael,
Wow.
is it Michael?
Yes.
Yeah, Michael, what's your last name?
Michael Della Vecchia.
We'll see
MD.
with Michael. There you go.
Right.
I could probably remember Della Vecchia better than Michael. You believe this?
It's that,
All right,
that
all
new
right.
name.
How do I let him out? Just let her out like
Just let her
that?
out.
She'll go?
She'll go.
We need to
wanna
name
do it
her.
outside.
Yeah, I was like,
Do you want me to like close it up and then do it outside so she can like?
Yeah, let's see if she
Let's
flies.
see where she goes.
Let's see what she can have.
She's got about an hour and a half to leave her cave from here. If not, we'll let her outside.
And it's funny because she's trying to dig her way out. Just put it on the side.
I'm going to, but first I need to Instagram it. Karen Turk would be really disappointed in me if I did not at least take a picture for Instagram, just saying.
So anyway, so welcome. And if you want more information about the table and about being on the branding piece,
Right.
we will be doing this on a daily basis.
Right. If you're interested, give us a call anytime. We'll love to talk about it. Or if you want to see this table at your location, give us a call as well.
Yep. And the number is, what number are you going to give out?
888-994-4995.
Or give me a call on my cell, 347-245-6012. Just don't breathe heavy and we're good to go. I'm just saying.
Let's talk to Wendy. Wendy's here, Wendy Elliott with the Elite Foundation. How did you and Dr. Jessica end up being partners and come together with this?
So Jessica and I have known each other for over 20 years now. I mean, it's like crazy that
Wow.
we've known each other that long. And, because of what she does for a living, she just started seeing more and more of the kids that she was working with coming through with, you know, having these stories being horrendously exploited and sexually abused and trafficked. So she came to me after, you know, a lot of thought, and she's like, you know, we got to do something about this. And, you know, she and I have been business partners forever. We've been best friends forever. And I'm like, I'm on it. You know, I don't know much about it. I don't know what's going on, but I will learn. And look at the butterfly. That's like amazing. I love it. And so we just took off from there, and for the last 3 years,
Will it come back, you think?
It will. It's
Hold your hand
it's
out.
trying to make its wings
going,
stronger
yeah.
because it looks like it just hatched.
Oh,
So it's
that's
okay.
so
Don't worry.
cool.
Where'd she go?
She's
I
afraid
love
of them.
butterflies.
No, that doesn't do anything to you.
Butterflies has always been
good
Jessica
luck.
and my, you know, we have matching tattoos.
Really?
Butterfly.
Of a butterfly.
because Butterflies
So this is pretty
change.
much perfect timing
It
for you.
is. It is.
Did you hear that?
Right?
She and Jessica have matching butterfly tattoos.
Oh, really?
Yeah, just to solidify our change, you know, you come from a cocoon and then you expand, and, you know, we truly believe that anyone has the opportunity to do that. So butterflies have always been symbolic of what we have worked through.
And a lot of what you do and a lot of the women you work with, it's about change, right? We talk
Absolutely
about
about
the
change.
prostitution and not having job skills,
Right.
and you have to work with them.
Yeah, absolutely. And what our goal is to make a future for every survivor. I mean, that's exactly what we want to do. We don't want anyone left behind. And we know that change is hard, but that with consistency and the right support, anyone can be a thriving survivor. And we have many of them that we've worked with that have written their stories out in some of our publications that we have. And we want to continue to do that. You know, we want to develop resources for them so that, you know, they can be thriving survivors.
Hi, Jessica says, Wendy, you got this? She goes, sorry, I couldn't be there, but you got it, and that has to be shared about Elite Foundation.
Thank you, Jess.
You're good. Don't worry
Miss
about it.
you.
Jessica, we certainly miss you, and we're so
right.
glad that you are going to be part of the Brooklyn Cafe on Ice. And I don't know if you saw it, but the butterfly
Did you see the butterfly, Jess?
just hatched, and we just let the butterfly out, not even realizing that that was your symbol and that was your spirit animal.
Yeah.
So hey,
So when we left into commercial
Right.
break, I wanted to talk a little bit about how kids always come back with the famous line, "You don't trust me.
Right.
You don't believe that I am capable of making a decision, of talking to people on Facebook or social
Right.
media and not get caught up in this mess." When 98% of the time, statistically, they end up getting in the soup, right?
Right.
How do you answer that? What do you tell your kids?
Well, it's not that we don't trust the kids, it's that we don't trust the others out there. This
Right.
is an organized crime. These folks that exploit our kids and our young adults and are vulnerable have a plan. They know what they're doing. They know how to coerce. They know how to make it sound as though they are that extremely special person in their life and that they're going to sweep all of their problems away. So it's not that we don't trust our children. You know, we instill their values, we instill their morals, we, give them an internal compass, but also going back to, the neurological aspect of your brain is that the executive function, which gives us the ability to make quick decisions and make good choices, is not fully developed until over 25,
Right.
basically. So, you see all of these impulsive changes, and as children grow and move forward, they make choices that we hope are good choices. But again, not always the
even
right choices.
But even adults make bad choices.
Absolutely.
Right? So,
but self-love is such an important part of it. And you and I talk about this all the time, right? It's loving yourself. It's accepting who you are.
Right.
And seeking it on the outside is not always the place to seek it.
No.
you're okay. Don't worry about it. You're all right. Trust me. She's
Teddy,
not,
I'm really
she's
proud
not
of
gonna
you.
move from it.
I don't even see
Oh,
her.
the butterflies.
She's on the Brooklyn Cafe show banner.
Oh, I see her. Shall we name her? Let's name her Teddy.
That's it.
To get
That'd be
over your
Teddy.
fear of
I love it.
butterflies. But
love
the
it.
butterfly, and everyone
Right.
says it definitely, it's about the change, and women always resonate with the butterfly, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
expanding and changing and coming out of your cocoon. And I even have a
Absolutely.
mug that says it. And here she hatches. And why I call her a she, because it just seems pertinent to call her a she.
Well, you
We
can call
shall call her
anything you
Teddy.
want. Yeah, we'll call her Teddy. She will be Teddy. One of the aspects about, and I hold us accountable.
Who's
And
us?
You and me.
Okay.
Because we have talked about self-love. We have talked about being positive. We've talked to our producers. We've tried to nail this message home. And it's not enough. And I'm going to tell you why. It's not enough because life is different every single day.
Right.
And the political background of what's happening in this country and things that are going on around us changes that message every day. So it's not enough for you and me to say, you know, you got to think positive. Bringing in experts, bringing in people who are positive, it's not enough.
No, because it's not enough. You're absolutely right.
It's
because
not.
people, young girls, grown women, they don't know what the next step is. They know they don't love themselves, right? They know they're in a precarious situation or a situation to get out from, even an abusive situation. And then, and I go back to this example all the time, and the spouse or boyfriend, whatever it is, I'm sorry, won't do it again, and you stay.
Right.
Because they don't know the resources. So in that regard, we have to share the resources, that there is hope. And is it going to be easy? Absolutely not.
There's no such thing.
It's not going to be easy,
And
but
what
living the
about-
life the way you're living it can't be easy either.
What about, let's flip the script for 1 second, because we're talking about women being abused and beat
Right.
up and the whole nine. Let's talk about the people doing it, which are guys.
Typically.
It's the guys, right? I mean, I don't see
They're the
too much
majority of the
women beating up on
perpetrators.
women. I
Sure.
see
Right.
more about men beating up on women. Oh, then maybe the problem here is how we're raising our boys. Maybe the problem here is that a boy should be a boy and then he turns into a man.
Yeah.
And maybe we should teach our kids, our males, for lack of a better word, how to respect women and society and themselves. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe that's why you have so many bullies doing what they do.
And we have a group that's just starting, and we're really excited about it, called our Guardians of Hope. And those are the men in our lives.
I love
And
that.
the men who are taking the stance with us, and particularly we did the Healing Hills, you know, to get the men more involved. But the Guardians of Hope are, you know, the ones that are going to start working with the youth and with the other males that are out there who, you know, although they wouldn't do it all the time, I mean, they might, when they go away on a boys' trip, what happens? They go to Vegas, what happens? They get prostitutes coming into the room, or they, you know, do escorts or things like that. And they're perpetrating, as well as, you know, saying that this is okay. You know, these are things that regular folks that on a normal day wouldn't do that, but when they go away, what do? You do things that you normally don't do on vacation. You skydive, you jump off a cliff and bungee jump, or you have sex with a prostitute. I mean, those are things that just in general you would do, not at home, but it's okay to do when we go away. So with the Guardians, we hope that, you know, we can continue to get the message out to our men, to our boys, you know, as to what this means. You know, pornography is a huge component of it. And, you know, if it's okay to watch it on TV, then why isn't it okay to do it in real life?
Well, it's like video games.
Right.
And we talked about when the shooting happened, and we talk about it all the time.
Right.
You can shoot up a room of people on a video game, and game over, and you start
They
again.
come back to life.
Exactly.
Right.
And then you get incidents like what happened in Illinois. This guy gets fired. He
Right.
goes on a rampage.
Right.
He's killing everything in sight. He's killing cops. He's killing people. I mean, the bottom line is that we have to find not a Band-Aid to the situation. We got to find a cure that begins when they're young. I mean, I can appreciate the groups that are older. So guys maybe are going to turn around because maybe there's a glimpse of being able to do that with these guys. But I want to start younger.
Absolutely.
You know, I think we should do something bigger. I think we should do something more. I mean, it just hurts me to watch ourselves destroying us. I mean, I look at NFL football players doing this, and these guys are supposed to be
Or
professionals, and they
the
have
R.
issues.
Kelly story.
Yep.
That's
You know,
that's
was
another.
just-
That's just a mess.
It's a whole
It's,
other mess.
and as
yeah.
Jessica says, it's about hope and healing. We're reshaping the narrative among the genders and support and alleviate each other.
Right.
Right, from what Jessica says, if we can get VMix Social up, we can put it up. We're reshaping the narrative among the genders to support and elevate each other. Always about elevating each other, right? And the narrative on genders is, as we now see, not everything is gender specific, so we have to be sensitive to that as well.
As well.
And we have a whole new culture out there
Exactly.
with the LGBTQ community that are even more susceptible to being exploited.
Let's go to commercial break. When we come back, I want to talk about this book, Fearless, because how to avoid self-sabotage and become a successful startup entrepreneur. If this doesn't pertain to most of the women we work with on our set, couldn't have written it better myself. I'm glad I didn't. I'm glad I just saw the movie. So stay tuned, and we'll be right back.
Planners, an American Express travel representative, has a tremendous reputation for quality, service, and very competitive pricing for all of your travel needs. As a Cruise Planners travel advisor, Paul Vadiano will help you discover exciting adventures around the world, from cruises to land tours and completely packaged vacations. Paul specializes in all types of travel and will create an unforgettable vacation, wedding, or event just for you. Find Paul at www.cruiseoptics.com, on Facebook, or by phone at 561-232-2626. We make your travel dreams come true.
Pure Wave. Supercharge your cells. Energize your body with Pure Wave therapy. Are you ready for improved cell regeneration, less discomfort, a longer, healthier, vital life? Contact purewavenow.com for your consultation. Pure Wave technology strengthens the immune system and metabolism while activating hormone production. purewavenow.com, 561-965-7777.
And we are back at the Brooklyn Cafe TV. Stay tuned for our new debut of Teddy, our butterfly that actually just hatched today. You wanted to go on a cruise with Paul?
Yes, I do.
Give Paul a call.
Where are you? How do you get in touch with this?
561-232-2626 to plan any cruise vacation you want. Call Paul Vadiata with Cruise Optics.
You see my room?
Nice. As a matter of fact, you know what that cruise says?
What does it say?
It says Port Canaveral. And you know what I have? I have a one-night stay to give away at the Radisson in Port Canaveral. All you have to do is give us a call and say, I want it. 888-994-4995. Radisson Resort at the Port in Port Canaveral. So just give us a call and we'll get that out to you.
There's no strings attached? You ain't got to sing a song or nothing?
Maybe. It depends on our mood. Maybe we'll have you sing a song.
Give us a call so that we can get better stuff. So we get rid of this, they're going to give us better stuff.
And I want to briefly touch on this book, Fearless, that Wendy and Jessica wrote together, and a lot of it you said you deal with movies. You talk about it in terms of movies.
We use the movie themes, and we talk about how the movie goes with what we mean to hit in the chapters. It's about being an entrepreneur. It's about being confident in your skills. You know, like you said, self-love is important, and even as women, we don't always do that. It was written more towards the women and being able to utilize our stories and how we've been successful, and kind of putting it into an aspect of things of how we can give them the resources to be successful in whatever they do, whether they're an entrepreneur, whether they work at corporate America, or whether they're a wife and a mother. You know, it's just how do you utilize the skills that God gave us as women, and neurocognitively we explain how women are different from men and what that means. You know, it's not that men are better leaders, it's not that women are better leaders, it's just we lead differently.
And it's funny because you talked about the Legally Blonde, the softer side of women in business and sales, and I guess how you and I actually approach a business
the movie
deal.
Legally Blonde?
Mm-hmm. How you and I maybe approach a business deal differently, but ultimately we're looking at the same outcome, right? It's the deal and the business.
Yeah.
But I always say the softer side of sales. There's a
we
softer
talk about
side.
the soft and fluffy skills that women have.
Well, you know, it's interesting because we were in a meeting with MD today. That'll be his news name because I can remember that. MD. And we talked about the art of negotiating a deal. And I've read all the books. I've read Trump's book, which I thought was pretty interesting, the way he breaks it down.
Right.
But all about, we all share one common deal, and that's listening. A deal is made with your ears, not with your mouth.
Exactly.
Women are better listeners, and they make better deals. That's just a fact of life. It doesn't mean that a woman is better at business than man. It's just a different touch, a different look. But isn't it better to have a different touch in business than to have the same thing over and over again?
But I think sometimes women think that their touch is different means it's wrong.
No.
Right, because you don't walk in and say, I want the deal. It's you've been told, maybe you've been told, or it's the narrative, right? It's talking about the narrative again, that we're not as good, or we're not as good at math and science. We're not as good in IT. We're good at those gender-specific roles that have clearly changed because genders are changing.
Well, let's bring up one final thing on this thing. You take a Hispanic woman. Monica is Portuguese, and she's behind me. Brazilian. She's not Portuguese, damn it. She's Brazilian.
We love Monica.
The language.
But she speaks some kind of language, I don't know. But Brazilian women, different cultura, different cultures, right, Monica? Different cultures.
Yes.
And unlike Teddy, who I think Teddy is brilliant. I think she has a fantastic future for whatever she selects to go
Even
into.
raising butterflies.
She's petrified over
She's
there.
a good sport over there.
I want to make sure she doesn't melt the ice.
the whole time.
But Monica behind me has a different take on the culture because she's from the Latino-based side. Right. So that has a different effect, perhaps, on your book as well?
Yeah. Well, we didn't get into the cultural differences, or, I mean, I grew up in rural West Virginia. Jessica grew up in Canada with a Peruvian background. So we really didn't talk about how culture impacts, but briefly. Most of it is upbringing and just how women in general are our brains function with that. But that's definitely different.
Is this movie themes in here? How did you write the book? You put movie themes?
If you want to look at some of the
themes.
I'm
looking at this right here. Well, this isn't the theme yet, but from fearful to fearless, which I think is, oh my gosh, that's like from A to Z. That encompasses everything.
Just about.
Right? And the fears of becoming fearless. I'm sorry, you're going to tell me I'm crazy, but right, you're fearful, but then you've got the fear of becoming fearless, because what does fearless look like on the other side? Does it mean that you're not nice like you used to be? Does it mean that you're not as compassionate?
We think. We have to be men. I don't know how many female bosses that I worked with. I walked in one day, and I don't know if you can see me, but my female boss was sitting like this in her chair. And I walked in with a physician, and she's like, what do you want? And I'm like, I would and he is notoriously for saying what he thinks. I think he was even speechless at that point.
But that was a female sitting like that. Okay, but then let me ask you a question. Isn't that part of how you want to control a deal? When she walked in there, did it intimidate you? Did it sort of raise an antenna?
It made me mad.
It made you mad? Okay, good.
It made me mad because I'm a female leader, and I think I'm a very strong female leader. And seeing a woman act like that in front of a physician leader, I was embarrassed, number one, as a female leader. And I was like, what is wrong with you? You don't need to lead like a man. You need to lead like a woman, because we are smart, we are intelligent, we have our brains that function a bit differently. And, that just made me mad.
And tell me about the sisterhood of the traveling pants that fit us all.
Well, so we know that girls are very collegial and collaborative. However, when it comes to business, what Jess and I both experienced is that women are catty with each other. They'll claw your eyes out. You can be your best girlfriend over here. But all of a sudden, so it's like, what we want to do is to elevate the women together and be able to collaborate and be collective in our thoughts, because that's exactly what does us in.
So women don't play nice in the sandbox all the time? I am
Not
shocked.
always.
Well, here's chapter 6, Change Lives Beginning with Your Own. To me, the biggest thing that resonates with me, and I haven't read the book, but I'm going to take this home and read it, unless my daughter takes it from me, is going from fearful to fearless, and the change. People say sometimes you're afraid to be successful, and that's what holds you back.
Right.
So if you're afraid to be
fearful, do what I want to do.
Right. Am I afraid? There's a butterfly. I know. We just let it out. Chelsea, the butterfly. They gave us a butterfly. My daughter's like, oh, the butterfly. Her name is Teddy, Chelsea.
There's an old saying that you can't be afraid to be successful. Right. You can't play towards
Women
not
are afraid
winning.
to fail.
Yes.
It's not that they don't want to be successful. They're afraid to fail because they're afraid that someone's going to take that failure and hold it against them.
It's the judgment,
right? The way
right?
we need to look at failure is that's just one more step to my success. And that's one more way that I'm going to take the knowledge that I learned, because that didn't go the way I want to, change my perspective, and then go in a different direction.
Well, I got some news for you.
What's that?
Guys are the same way.
Afraid of failing?
I'm going to tell you, when it happened to me over the weekend. I had to do some things for my father, and I've had to make deals upon deals and cut deals and to get him fed and the whole nine. Then I found out his brother's dying of liver cancer. So it's a whole thing going on, right? So my father told somebody that I don't care about him.
That you don't care?
That I don't care. So I overreacted when I heard that. I became sensitive, like I have failed.
Sure.
Okay? Then I sat down and says, wait a minute. I didn't fail. He's doing great right now. And they send me pictures. And all of a sudden, everybody is trying to fluff up what was said to me because they knew that it bothered me. But, I'm going to stick to old school. you can say whatever you want and it ain't gonna bother me no more, because that's the one rule that I learned. You can't please everyone.
Yeah. We haven't quite learned that truly yet as women.
It's hard.
It's like that little voice in the side
You
of your
try
head
and
that
please
says you're not
everyone.
good enough. You haven't done that right. You have to do better.
Well, if you are that woman,
Sounds like the conversation I
want
had
you-
with my daughter this weekend, right?
Teddy, what happened?
Oh no!
No, it's gone.
I'm really proud of you, Teddy.
Where'd it
Teddy
go?
is afraid of butterflies,
Where'd
and
it go?
she's being a great sport. It's
Oh,
probably
it's
on the
gone.
soundboard. It's gone.
She doesn't believe it.
It's gone.
Elite Foundation also does book publishing. So if you are a woman or a man and you're looking to have your voice heard in publication and in print, you can contact Elite Foundation, and they have a whole publishing side of what they're doing as well.
And because we know that women can work together collaboratively, we have a collaborative book publishing program that's going on right now called Unstoppable. This one was our last one, called Invincible. There
Who
are
wrote that one?
multiple
Collaborative.
authors.
With
It's a
15
collaborative.
authors.
So we have 15 authors in this one, and we're going to have more in our
Wow.
next one. So we elevate the women. There's cross-marketing that goes on with this. You can tell your story in a chapter. And, if you're interested in this, just let us know, because we have just a few more days to be able to get a few more authors. We have a few more spots left.
How
Oh,
do
you're
they
doing
get in
another
touch
book?
with you? They're doing
Yes,
another
it's
book.
called Unstoppable.
I would like you to invite all 15 of those authors. I want to get their perspective on this book on 15 different deals. I
Some
think
of
it'd
them
be
are out of
fantastic.
state.
That's okay.
But
We bring
can
them
get
into
them
the
on the
remix.
Zoom. Absolutely. They would love that. That's part of what we do, is to get the media attention. We have their platform if they want to start a business. All of that we can do from our platform. And all the money is, that goes to our foundation, Elite, and you can do it as a tax write-off because it's a donation to a charity.
And how do they get in touch with Elite?
They can go to our website, elitefundsfreedom.org, and go into the book program. Or
And
just
if-
give us a call.
And for this Healing Heals Walkathon, you can go to Eventbrite.
Yes. Go to Eventbrite and look up Healing Heals.
Healing Heals, that is on March 9th, because it is International Women's Day.
That's right.
So support the women's Healing Heals. There's
on,
so many,
face your
so many
fears.
moving parts going on here.
It's gone. It's up there. It's going to the other side,
A
probably.
Mental Health Awareness Monday.
Let me
We've
see
got
that
a lot
book.
going on. This book on Fearless.
Yeah.
Oh,
Let me show
You're
him.
giving this to Teddy?
Teddy, come here. Where is it?
It doesn't talk about butterflies in there. So
There's
Where
no
is it?
butterflies in there?
Yeah, catch it for her. And just catch it so it doesn't. Just don't break its
Facey,
wings.
my daughter, you gonna catch it? Chelsea, I've got a jar too for you. You know, somebody told me that if you actually use the energy from your hand, you can attract the butterfly to come towards
wow.
you.
Yes, because you create.
there's a jar.
Yes, there's a
here
jar.
if wanna-
You want the jar? Elite Foundation is part of the Brooklyn Cafe TV on Ice, so if you want to purchase a ticket and proceeds to go back to benefit Elite Foundation, go to the Group Maddox link, and when you get to what foundation would you like it to benefit, all you have to do is type in Elite Foundation. Anything that looks or sounds like that, we'll know exactly where to earmark the money for, and they are joining us in partnership at the Brooklyn Cafe TV on Ice, March 23rd.
And if you're an author and you want to be part of the next project,
Yes,
how do they get in
Unstoppable.
touch? How do they get in touch with
So
you?
they can call me directly at 602-448-0086.
Let's do that again.
602-448-0086. Or they can go on our website, which is elitefundsfreedom.org.
Thank you so much, Wendy. Dr.
you.
Jessica, we're going to bring you back. Hopefully we can get a lot of these women to join us. The
Yes.
fight against human trafficking and awareness. And again, it goes back to, right, mental health awareness, self-love, and being fearless. I'm going to read this book.
Yes.
Maybe I'm going to write the next blog for our newsletter coming out.
Why not?
I'm actually going to gonna do it. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. We're going to stay with Mental Health Awareness Monday, launching a new show. We've got tonight at 6 p.m. at WNN. I think we've got one of them. We've
One of
got
them, I
Jill.
think.
I'm not sure. Just one?
Just one?
All right, it's all right.
So she'll be here.
Just one, and then we
Check
got two,
this
so
out.
stay tuned, and we will be right back.
Is WSBR Boca Raton, W280DU Boca Raton, and W245BC Lauderdale Lakes.
It takes a whole lot more effort to get something started in your life than it does to keep it moving.
Del Walmsley has moved thousands of radio listeners closer to a great life. The Del Walmsley Show is now on in South Florida on Talk 1470, Monday at 5, Tuesday through Friday at noon. Listen and move towards your great life today.
Seniors, this is Steve Kane here, asking you, is there too much month left at the end of your money? Take advantage of a reverse mortgage. If you're 62 years of age or older, you own your own home, you can get the money you need, have no mortgage payment, and live in your home for the rest of your life. Use the money for anything. Vacations, pay off your bills, home repairs. It's your money to do with what you want. Call Emmanuel Saint-Germain on his cell phone, 561-400-7317. 561-400-7317.
Welcome to the Invite Health's 40% off President's Day sale. Invite Health, the leader in top quality health and wellness products formulated with CGMP and non-GMO standards, announces this limited time offer. The sale is on now. Buy 2 bottles of any Invite Health supplement and receive 40% off suggested retail. Here's the number and write it down because you can speak with an Invite nutritionist 7 days a week. 800-463-7575. That number for Invite, 800-463-7575. You can also visit our boutique-style Invite stores and receive a free personalized nutritional plan from one of our healthcare professionals. Visit InviteHealth.com for retail locations and additional product offers. Take advantage of Invite's limited time 40% off President's Day sale. Contact Invite at 800-463-7575. That number again, 800-463-7575, or go to InviteHealth.com. Invite Health, the luxury brand of vitamins.
Staying healthy is difficult. What nutritional supplements should you take? What foods are best for you? What health practitioner should you see? You've got health questions, I've got health answers. From heartburn to hemorrhoids, pain to pimples, carpal tunnel to the common cold, gluten to gallbladder, and gingivitis, and all points in between. I'm Dr. Bob Martin. Tune into my Sunday talk show at 10 o'clock on Talk 1470 WNN.
Go to your app store and download the WNN app on your Android or iPhone. And never miss a Talk 1470 minute.
If a tree falls in the woods and no one is around to hear it, does it make a sound? Have you ever felt that your voice goes unheard? And you think that you can make a difference if only someone would just listen? It's time for women in business to have a place to step into your power. A platform to embrace your hopes, dreams, and your visions. A voice to heal and restore. Your voice can make a difference. We have the platform to share your story and let your voice be heard. Be kind to yourself. Give yourself the chance to be heard and shine bright. Contact New Dawn Media by texting CAFE to 80800. That's CAFE to 80800.
Cruise Planners, an American Express travel representative, has a tremendous reputation for quality, service, and very competitive pricing for all of your travel needs. As a Cruise Planners travel advisor, Paul Vadiano will help you discover exciting adventures around the world, from cruises to land tours and completely packaged vacations. Paul specializes in all types of travel and will create an unforgettable vacation, wedding, or event just for you. Find Paul at www.cruiseoptics.com, on Facebook, or by phone at 561-232-2626. We make your travel dreams come true.
It's lunchtime, and the Brooklyn Cafe is open for business. Live from Studio A in the heart of Delray Gallery, Dawn and Freddie S. and their team are ready to serve up a huge portion of fun for lunch with friends and neighbors. So let's break open that lunch pail and unwrap that sandwich you brought and take a front row seat in the Brooklyn Cafe and get ready to enjoy some humor and hot topics. It's time to get a healthy serving of hope and happiness to help your day go by with a smile. Your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S., are ready to talk about food, health, dating, or just plain dream making. If you have a story to share, a movie review, restaurant critique, or just a coincidental thing that happened to you, call in toll free at 888-565-1470 right now. Sit back and enjoy your lunch break at the Brooklyn Cafe. Here are your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S.
And welcome to part 2 to Monday.
Mental Health Awareness Monday.
I'm going to tell you something. I had to tighten my hat up. Welcome to all our friends in South Florida, LA, San Francisco, New York, Chicago. Welcome. Remember, caring is sharing. So if you're watching today's show, care it out.
Share it out.
That too. Take care of that. And today's number is going to be 888-565-1470. Call in if you hear anything you want to talk about. We will try to participate your question.
In our first hour, we had Elite Foundation. We had Wendy Elliott with us, and we've had Jessica Vera with us before. They're one of the foundations joining us at the Brooklyn Cafe TV on Ice, March 23rd. The Elite Foundation helps fight human trafficking. You know, when I talk about things, people say, what do you mean you're promoting this and that? We're not promoting human trafficking. We're promoting the fight against human trafficking and bringing awareness to what's happening in the genders and changing the narrative. And we talked about it. They are working with men, and they call them Guardians of Hope, and they're working with women.
Somebody said what?
You have no idea. What? Because I think people tune in, and they don't tune in all together, and then they miss truly the message that we are trying to share. So we are here to fight against human trafficking because Florida is number 2 to Texas.
I heard it was number 1. I don't know what Texas
is number 1. Florida, South Florida is number 2 in the incredible numbers of human trafficking that are happening.
So somebody wrote to you that we're promoting this?
They were offended by something, I guess, on the domestic violence, because we don't promote that either. It was the fight against domestic violence and the awareness of what's going on. But you know what? All I can say is I don't even know what to say anymore.
All I can say is
call.
You just don't know who we are.
But hashtag replay the first hour. The Elite Foundation is a phenomenal foundation, and they are having an event to promote International Women's Day. It is on March 9th at 8 a.m. at Royal Palm Park on Oakland Park, 8 a.m. And again, what it's like to walk in somebody else's shoes.
You gotta wear high heel shoes. Shoes to walk in. Even the men. Men gotta walk on this too.
High heel shoes. It's only a quarter-mile walk. You can find all the information on Eventbrite, and proceeds go back to end human slavery in South Florida.
Teddy, the butterfly's gone.
He's lying again. Somewhere over there.
And we're very excited that we got a pupa from Buzzman last week. And our butterfly hatched today while we were on set, and she is flying around here somewhere. We have named her Teddy because our producer Teddy is terribly afraid of it, and she is facing her fears. She is becoming fearless right here as we sit.
That's right.
On her fear for butterflies. So if you see a butterfly flying around, we'll Instagram it as well. You know, and we brought life and the magic of what we do, Freddie. Who knew that Jessica and Wendy from Elite Foundation, they have matching butterfly tattoos? Because it's about women growing and changing and becoming who they should be and who they want to be. And what comes out? A butterfly.
A butterfly. And she's flying around here, and Teddy's facing her fears. So if you see somebody running down Atlantic Avenue,
call her Teddy.
Call her Teddy.
Bring her back home for us. Don't let her run too far.
All right, so what do we got for part 2?
Part 2, we've got Brooklyn Cafe TV on Ice, March 23rd. The promo is out all over social media. Buy your tickets through the Group Maddox link. $6 from every ticket purchased through that link goes back to one of the foundations that we are working with. You can see them all on the incredible promo that our animator put together. There are more joining us, and we will let you know about that. Ticket prices include what? Admission? Parking. He's looking at me. Are we having this conversation together?
If we're at the top of the
Chairman's Club level,
you get food too, and booze. You get beer and wine.
Yes, at the Lord Stanley
And
Law.
you get to slap a hockey puck towards the net. There is no goalie, Christian, so you can make believe you're.
Hector, this piece you put together is truly remarkable with the foundation.
We have, what's his name coming? The famous goaltender. Cheevers from the Boston Bruins. How do you remember names? He's coming down to meet us. He's an all-star and a Hall of Famer, and he will be at the event as well.
So we will be up at the Lord Stanley level. It's the $85 level. There are $35 tickets, $65 and $85 level tickets. Something for everyone. We have just opened up some ADA seats for compliance because we've got people from MDA that we're working with and Light It Up Green, and they want to bring their family and loved ones. So they will be there as well with us.
That's right. And tonight at 6 o'clock, there will be a brand new show coming at you.
Drum roll, please.
95.3 FM, 1470 AM across the radio networks, and it will be on all social media platforms. And we have the two hosts on the set.
There you have it.
Hello.
How you doing, ladies?
Hi.
What is the name of your show?
Matters of the Mind.
Matters of the Mind. Mental Health Awareness Monday continues.
I know. I did all the promos for it yesterday. I put it up. The station has everything ready to rock and roll, and they will be on 6:30 tonight, which is going to be interesting because that particular slot does really, really well on a Monday.
Do you know that was the first slot I started with when I met you?
That was the first slot I started with when I went into my career.
Isn't that funny?
It's always been a keeper, that slot.
All right. Well, that's great.
And if you haven't been on Instagram or Facebook lately, take a look because we're taking a poll on which hat you like better on Freddie. So we've got hat number 1 would be the fedora.
What are you talking about?
Hat 2 is Indiana Jones. Dylan's laughing. Hat 3 is the Puerto Rico hat. Hashtag who wears it better. Just saying.
And I saw him. He wore a hat. What are you, a wise guy? Where'd you get the hat?
I didn't get the hat. I was trying it on.
He was trying it on.
So if you win, you gotta go get that hat. If you win, you gotta go wear it, right? And he's gonna turn on the light. I won't talk to him.
I went to Disney Springs over the weekend, and so I saw the hat store, and I was like, I gotta try this on. So then I took a photo.
Who wears it better?
Yeah.
Dylan or Freddie, who wears the fedora better?
This is a kid that could use your help, Doc. All right. So what is the essence of the show about? Let's talk a little bit about that.
So Matters of the Mind. It's a show about mental health awareness. We're going to talk about our center, the Center for Authentic Living, where we work. That's where we created this center, where Eileen and I are therapists. So I'm a licensed psychologist.
And I'm a licensed clinical social worker.
Oh, they're going to sing together.
I know they come
They're going to do that whole thing.
There we go.
They're going to do that thing where they talk at the same time, the same words. Wow,
Mental Health Awareness Monday, it's a platform that we've done for over a year now. And there's been a lot of different aspects that have come forward on every day. Last week, it was on Friday. I think we talked about anxiety and stress, and that's a huge one. And it's about changing the stigma to mental health, right? It's
absolutely.
It's not that, the person over there across the street has it and nobody else suffers from it, or that you should feel stigmatized because you're anxious or you're depressed. We're just bringing more awareness to it because you know what? Everyone has something. And it's almost like we shouldn't even identify it because we all have something. Right. And if you're saying it's mental health awareness, it's just life is what I think it is. Right. Maybe by labeling it, we're stigmatizing it, and maybe we should be destigmatizing it and saying, this is just life, and it's the speed bumps and the hurdles that we all go through just to get through.
Well, I want to bring up a specific question because I want to kick this thing off on the right foot. We had a tragedy that happened in Illinois.
Yeah.
And it's funny because it's not funny, but it's ironic that this tragedy happens and the same gentleman that was here with the crosses, he travels now the country bringing these crosses. So it has a cross and it has the Star of David on it, depending on, whatever. And I wanted to go over with you guys as to how do we talk to people who watch the show who are traumatized by what's going on around us in that scenario? What do we do? How do you prepare yourself mentally? Do you stop going to the movie? I know people stop going to the movie theaters now.
People stop living when right?
I think you're really, really pointing to something that's so prevalent in our practice, which is people come and there's this social anxiety, this social kind of, fear that has come up from all of these mass shootings, all of these, tragic kinds of things that go on. I don't know if there's any way to prepare yourself for it, but there are ways to deal with it afterwards.
Okay.
It's really okay to reach out, and I think it's going in line with what you were talking about, destigmatizing, asking for help. It's okay to ask for help. It's okay to get help. There's nothing wrong with it. And the more we normalize anxiety, depression, PTSD, or reaction to traumatic incidents, then it gives people permission to go and get some help. And
isn't it crazy that people have to feel that they have permission to ask for help to get through life?
Well, because they judge it. They judge it. They see it as a weakness.
More men than women don't ask for help. more men don't ask for help?
I
would
think
say
you're
that's-
right.
Yeah, I would
I mean,
say
I don't
that's
even
right.
ask for directions. I
Yes.
just keep going around and around.
Yeah, I
until
think
something
you're
clicks.
right.
But you
There
know,
are more
even
women
our
that reach out.
millennials, right? It's going from being in your parents' house, going to college, and then adulting. This adulting thing.
Mm-hmm.
Heck, for us, adulting is even scary sometimes, right? It doesn't mean we're not scared, but there's such a huge transition for them, and there's so many things, and I want to really destigmatize it because, you know, people go to life coaches and people go for therapy, and you should never be ashamed to reach out for help because that's what it's there for.
Well, that's one of the things we're going to really touch on our show, are tools that people can use so that they can get through life with all the ups and downs, with all the, you know, anxiety or sadness or trauma that they experience. There are tools that we can use in everyday life to make it a little bit easier.
What kind of tools? I don't want to give it all away.
Yeah, we don't want to give it all away because we want everyone to tune in.
But you have a lot going on at the Center for Authentic Living with tools and painting workshops and women getting together and networking workshops.
Well, we do a mindful meditation, 1 hour with acupuncture, which is awesome. People love it. And we use the oils, and it's very relaxing, once a month.
It's really a very, very beautiful kind of practice of self-love.
Back to self-love.
Well, I mean, that's where it all begins. You know, the hour before we had Elite on here, and we were talking about how young men aren't being brought up to respect women, and you're getting all this stuff that comes out at the other end. I'm not saying that you're being bad parents. I'm just saying it can be better. We can do a better job.
Yeah, but don't you think, and I'm just going to play devil's advocate, there are people that do the best they can possibly do. But there's financial obligations, they're working 2-3 jobs, their kids have to come home by themselves, they have to let themselves in. They have to figure it out after school because there can't be a parent home. And we can't tell them they're not being good parents. They're doing the best they can do.
I know,
we can't judge that.
In my world, I remember being a parent, and I don't remember the clock stopping while I go take care of life and then coming back and being a parent. In my world, I'm a parent 24/7.
Sure.
So your responsibility is going to be 24/7. You're talking about your investment in the future. So if your kid grows up punching women, you're going to have an issue. That's your responsibility. You want to be able to say, listen, this is the right way and the wrong way. And that's what I'm looking for, to see if that whole thing goes with what you're teaching as well.
Well, you're talking about nature and nurture, right? You're talking about two different things. Right now you're talking about your home environment, the values in which are instilled growing up by your parents, by your community, your extended family. And it is very important to send a good message, a positive message. And then there's biology, right? Then there's genetics, what we're brought in the world with that we really can't control. You know, there are certain anxiety disorders that are very biology based.
Okay,
genetically based.
Let's talk about anxiety.
Yes.
That's a great
That's
subject.
Tonight's topic is anxiety.
It already?
Already, because
we're going to jump right in.
Yeah, we're going
you know why?
jumping
Because
right
well, you know, every meeting we had with them, there's a little more anxiety, right? Even as professionals, you get a little anxious.
Absolutely. We're normal. We're human.
Well, this is also social. This is also performance. I mean, talking about butterflies, you know, if in the theme of butterflies
She's flying around somewhere.
Sorry. The butterflies are in my stomach right now. You know,
But let's talk about anxiety, okay? Because anxiety comes in many different forms.
Yes.
Right? And I remember when I went to NYU, I had such anxiety, I had a nervous breakdown. It almost cost me my degree. It was so bad. I lost my auxiliary badge and the whole nine to it. Different era, different times, not like now. Now, I would think that if that was happening to me, forget about it. I lock myself in the closet and I'll see you in about 40 years. Because it builds up around you with everything you have. But I want to talk about anxiety. When your kid is in high school, let's go
Can
to
I
junior
just
high
say
school.
one thing, Freddie? I hope that then and now you wouldn't lock yourself in a closet for 40 years just because you have anxiety. That's exactly what we're talking about. We have to reach out. We have to talk about it. We have to educate ourselves.
But you're here now. In the day, there was no you.
That's true.
My Hispanic parents didn't speak English. They didn't know what was going on. They reached out to my cousins who I was close with, and they came to see me. And that didn't work. You know, I the way I found to get out of this thing was my mother made me run 6 miles a day in New York City in 5-degree weather with a t-shirt and shorts. And I was so cold that I numbed it out of me. And I never looked back. I learned from that experience. I understand what it's like. But there was no you. This is the great thing, is that you guys are here now to explain to people. We were just talking about this. Among Latinos, it's a whole different dimension. You know, here you have a parent who's raised kids, talking about Dawn, and she can relate to her kids in languages, in the language they understand. My parents and us, we didn't communicate because they didn't speak English. So it was a different problem.
Yeah, but it's still hard because sometimes you need that outside force to talk to your children, because you talk and they hear you. They listen, but they don't hear. They hear, they don't listen. Not by choice, but sometimes a third party gets involved. And it may say the exact same thing, but it resonates on a different level. Right? The message can be exactly the same, but the way you say it as trained professionals, and that's what we always say. And you have a disclaimer in your show that if it is a true medical emergency, you must always call 911. If it's not a true emergency, reach out to a professional. Reach out to
Absolutely.
both of you.
You know, when you're talking about mother and child, we're talking about it can be a very charged relationship. And so once a therapist steps in, it takes away the charge. It becomes more boundaried because we're professionals.
I also want to bring in, you were talking about teenagers. That's why the emphasis on good guidance counselors in the schools is so important, and funding the schools and making sure that there are the appropriate professionals to work with students, especially high school students. I mean, that's your most at-risk population.
It's funny because today, we're going to take a break?
Yes.
Okay. Want to come back?
You can say what you want to say, and then we'll talk about it when we come back.
It's funny because when I was coaching, I went to the movies to watch themes, to explain and communicate with my players. They were kids, they were, young. And today is no exception. I watched Dangerous Minds yesterday because I wanted to relate to these guys.
Dangerous Mind. Dylan, that's you.
Well, no, that's the name of the movie. But if you watch that movie, because I think that I've lost a step and I'm not reaching them. And I've always done this. So the lady before comes in here and she has movie themes.
In this book, Fearless, yes.
In this book, Fearless, which is the same concept I did over 35 years ago. And it's just strange to watch somebody bring forward what I was going to attempt to do today. And to play that music. And I watched different movies to try to explain and understand what comes forward. Because there's a lot of signals and messages that you can read as a parent to communicate. I think communication is a way to dissolve a little bit of the anxiety.
Communication and different tools. Let's go to commercial break. Hold that thought, sorry. When we come back,
I told you to come back.
More with Mental Health Awareness Monday, 888-565-1470. Stay tuned and we will be right back.
Okay.
At Carmen Care Advanced Laser Therapy, our professional team specializes in finding the best alternative laser therapy treatments for your painful conditions. Do you suffer with chronic pain, a post-traumatic injury, or simply looking for the benefits of cell rejuvenation to the skin? Schedule a consultation today to understand how photobiomodulation can help reduce your symptoms, reduce or even eliminate pain. Give us a call today, 561-405-9577. We focus on treating you who has a disease, not a disease that defines who you are. Contact Carmen Care Laser Therapy today, 561-405-9577 or CarmenCareLaser.com.
vCard Global is the world's smartest business card that virtually allows a person or business to digitally share all of their information. With a vCard, sharing information is one simple click away. No need to open emails, websites, or social media. Updating information is easy and instant. vCard Global is the ultimate marketing tool, transforming the way we connect, communicate, and collaborate to grow your business. Text JENNG to 80800. Revolutionize your business card. For information, contact Jennifer. Text JENNG to 80800 for your free digital business card today.
Sexy, seductive, and beautiful. Looking for a professional and talented photographer? Danielle Boujon specializes in capturing flirtatious and tasteful images for yourself or your partner. Located in South Florida, Danielle really knows how to bring out your inner beauty on a shoot. Visit her website at www.daniellebuljan.com or call her at 561-305-2241 to capture your most desirable moments.
Thank you for watching the Brooklyn Cafe, where every day is a new adventure. If you'd like to join Dawn and Freddie S. at the cafe, give them a call at 888-565-1470 toll-free. Come on in for a cup of coffee or call to share a thought for the day and get all the information you need to help your business grow. Don't forget, sharing is caring, and to like this video. Let's reopen the cafe doors now. Back to Dawn and Freddie S.
And we're back at the Brooklyn Cafe TV on Mental Health Awareness Monday. I love that. You call him MD. Freddie goes, I'll call you tonight. Which is an overall, I'll call you tonight. Michael goes, what time?
I know. Normally people say,
they go,
see you later.
okay, it'll be in a week, whatever. He goes, what time? 7:30. He like pinpointed you down. That is efficient business.
He's a no-nonsense type of guy.
You know what? I really like it.
It's a good change, isn't it?
Really nice.
Okay, so one of the things that we are going to, before we get back to our guests, one of the things that we're doing a little bit different, and I'm setting it up, it's starting tomorrow, we won't set it up, we just do, is that we have this thing where we bring people on the set, on the cafe.
To the round table.
Is that what it's called?
It's called the round table. It's our new branding table created by Amy Reshevsky at the heart of Delray Gallery, 1440 North Federal Highway. And Amy does beautiful commission pieces, and she created a Brooklyn Cafe TV round table doing some branding options. So we have a second set, some new options, and Michael Wigton from One Mean Bean all the way from Kentucky has joining us with new cold brew CBD coffee and your favorite
creamer.
Almond creamer, right?
Is that almond?
Yeah, so I brought you the test stuff that we just brought off the line, literally.
Is that like the first bottle?
You guys get to taste the first, yeah.
Wow.
Absolutely. The first two bottles of 3 creamers we have, and 4 of the cold brews. And you guys, when you taste this, you're going to be like, what?
Teddy, what do the cold brews look like?
The cold brews, they look nice. They look really nice, professional. Looks like we would buy it at the supermarket.
Now you with no coffee because you know you work for one of the
Our
biggest
barista,
coffees.
our in-house barista is Teddy Raphael, so she is the go-to trier.
She knows all about it.
Tester.
When you taste these, especially my absolute favorite, on the fly, I just named it Aztec Dragon.
Aztec Dragon.
Yeah.
And what is that?
What you wake up, put that mic closer to your mouth. What did you wake up one day and say, Aztec Dragon?
Not the coffee,
Not
the
the
mic.
coffee, the mic.
You know, we should maybe make a mic out of the coffee bottle.
That's brilliant.
Yeah.
That's good.
That'd be kind of cool, right? Talk about branding.
That's pretty good. A mic out of the coffee bottle.
On the fly, I came up with Aztec Dragon because it's a Mexican cold brew. So I'm thinking Aztec, I'm thinking Mexican, I'm thinking cayenne spice with the chocolate that we
Oh, Teddy, we got to try that.
from
You had to try it
Mexico
too,
as
I know, right?
And I mixed it together in the mud, and boom, and now oh my God.
Excellent.
How many different types of cold brew do you have?
4 currently.
All different flavors?
Yep. So obviously the Aztec Dragon, which is the chocolate and the cayenne spice, and then Peruvian chocolate, if I even say that right. And you guys are gonna fall in love with wherever the other one is. I have them in the cooler, but
And the
bourbon.
The creamers coming flavors too?
Yes.
What flavors?
Vanilla, hazelnut, and just like a regular.
And they have CBD in them, correct?
Correct. 25 milligrams per serving.
And the serving is how much?
About a tablespoon.
Okay. So a
standard
serving would not be a whole bottle. You know, we have to be a little specific
Well,
with our.
these are going to be 25.3 ounces, so about an ounce maybe.
Okay, so like a regular splash in your coffee.
Sure.
And are there any sugar-free?
I'm sorry?
Any sugar-free in the creamers?
Sugar-free creamers?
They're not really. I mean, it's all just plant-based, natural, whatever is already existing in the plant.
And it's the almond milk base.
So it is all coconut almond, and 100% of it, I didn't even say that right, but 100% of it is, you know, all vegan for Susan. And then kosher, halal, GMO-free, you know, all the standards that everyone's looking for, but tastes, oh my God. So
today's the perfect day to unveil our round table with the coffee and the creamer, the cold brew.
And you're looking at it, so that's a mock-up. We're going to be putting this table in different restaurants in Florida, where if you get to sit at the table to have dinner or whatever, then the coffee is going to be on us, and there'll be tickets there. There'll be a little explanation card, and yada, 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 talking about what we do, what our sponsors do, and about the show. And we already have about 4 or 5 orders that are going to be put out. And JoJo's coming down, I think, tomorrow, and she has 17 restaurants, or not tomorrow, Wednesday, yes. 17 restaurants where they're going to put one of those as well.
Teddy, where you work, a lot of cold brew?
Yeah, cold brew is one of our most popular things.
Why do you think?
It's extremely caffeinated. It's, I mean, most cold brew, I'm not sure how long this one is brewed for, but most of it's about 20, 23 hours.
Ours is about 18.
18?
Isn't it funny though, right? We're doing extremely caffeinated cold brew and then we add CBD. So it's like the yin and the yang.
Oh, yes.
Michael's like, oh yeah, yes.
You have it right.
What would even make you put CBD in coffee or creamer?
Well, CBD unto itself, as we've already in the past discussed, I'm not going to, you know, bore you
Right.
with that right now. But if you look at CBD as a neurological component, as a like a nootropic, like caffeine is, if you stimulate the caffeine type receptors, you're actually allowing the CBD receptors to stay open even longer. So whatever is in the body is going to actually absorb more CBD with less needing of more CBD, if that makes sense.
I think we got to give it a try.
I think it's fantastic, and it's
You ladies
it's a nice,
want to try it?
Nice
Sure.
addition. And they do that together.
And look who's in the house. This must be Bring Your Child to Work Day.
Holy smoke! I can't believe.
Should have had my son come.
What's the name of the guy?
Call your son. Have him come over too.
What's the name of the guy
That boy would be your son,
went
Freddie
into
Jr.
the desert and got lost and came back?
Yeah, we've been wondering what happened to you.
I haven't seen you in ages. How you doing?
I'm doing.
Yeah, it's fine.
Doing well.
You're doing well?
I haven't seen you since you left for Puerto Rico.
Bring your child to work day. You know, Happy President's Day.
Is that what today is?
Today is President's Day, and I know Broward County schools are off and local banks and different closures. I think Palm Beach County is in school.
They're in school.
They're in school today. See, Jill, you definitely should have brought your son.
I
He's
know.
all of what, like 6'11"?
No, he's 6'1".
I don't know. Pretty tall man to me.
He's 6'1" tall and 6'1" wide.
Wow, that's a tall kid.
So we're going to try that. Teddy, we're going to get some samples.
Yeah, I got some cups.
Teddy is our barista, our in-house barista. And it's funny you're here, Michael. Well, actually, not really, because Jill and Eileen, I always want to call her Eileen, they have a new show starting tonight
Did
at
you
6 o'clock.
question her name?
I question my ability to say her name.
Really?
And I look at you for clearance.
What are you looking at me for?
And I'm looking at you. We were talking about...
Forget my name.
I know. Lemelman.
Yeah.
I remember the Lemelman, but it's the Eileen. Whatever Michael
Whatever
wants.
Michael will let us try.
And we were talking about...
You guys can also get in the zipper bag and find like the bourbon and the other.
Yes, there's bourbon coffee as
That's
well.
right.
We're not
Yes.
drinking bourbon on the
That's
set.
correct.
It's bourbon infused, so don't get crazy on us.
Actual real bourbon.
We were talking about hemp infused products, and they wanted to meet you. And here you are.
Yes.
And poof, here
They
he is.
manifested you.
I did.
And there's all sorts of stuff that we need
But
to
we were
talk
talking about anxiety before we went to commercial break and before Michael came in. And Ray,
CBDs.
you work with hemp products a lot within your practice.
Yes, we do.
As one of your tools.
Yes, we have.
Why?
It helps with anxiety.
What are you
It's-
finding with your clients?
We're finding that there's no side effects. So you don't have that druggy feeling that you have from all the medications that are out there. And it's a calm, you don't get high. So, you know, it's just, you can operate and function normally, and it's just a relaxing feeling that the CBD, the hemp oil, is giving you.
And we're finding also that a lot of patients that we deal with, they don't want to take medication. They want alternatives. And so, you know, like Jill said, it doesn't make them high, it doesn't make them groggy, just lowers their anxiety level a bit throughout the day and at night to help them sleep as well.
Do you think, and it's become so commonplace, right? There are a lot of hemp companies and products. Do you think that people say they're fearful of becoming addicted, which you're not going to become addicted to CBD? It's almost like a medication, or it's becoming more accepted to say, you know what, I want to try it, and it's okay to use it every day. Michael says a couple times a day, right?
Yes,
You've told us 4 times a day.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Now, I have a question because people write in and they ask me, what's the difference between doing that for anxiety, let's use that for instance, and having a shot of bourbon?
You're going to
Well,
get high.
because with bourbon, you're going to have an alcoholic content in your body, which will cause you to, you know, perhaps not be able to operate machinery, or like drive.
So let's say
It's a depressant. So
It's also a depressant.
Well, let's talk
constrict your
about
nervous
let's talk about that. I
system,
guess
so
if
you'll
you
get more
if you
aggravated.
drink, right, DUI is still an offense. They can take you to
Of
jail.
course.
If
Is
you're
that a
drinking?
question? Of
It's a
course.
question.
Yes, absolutely.
I'm just trying to play devil's advocate here because I was told how other things don't work, but drinking, people do it and drive all the time, don't they?
Well, it's
You know
illegal
what's
to
really
do that.
interesting?
Yes.
I have patients that report to me that drinking actually makes them more anxious.
Yes, I've gotten that too. And more depressed.
Yes.
Well, I know about the
Absolutely
depression.
depressed.
I know
But
about
it can make you more anxious.
And some,
Yes.
Michael,
And it hurts the liver.
Michael, by all means, this is my favorite product of yours, is the coffee beans.
We're out, you have
Yeah,
almost
pass this
4,000 of those.
Thank you. I'm so glad you came in from Kentucky. And what I love about One Mean Bean is that you've got different delivery systems. And I think we
Awesome.
talked to you guys about this as well. Because you've got the Serenity Bears, and we've got the chocolate-covered coffee beans, and now we've got cold brew. And wow.
Wow.
All the way from Kentucky, it's nice and cold. It smells which one is this, Teddy? This smells incredible.
That was the Aztec Dragon.
It's Aztec. Is it the chocolate that I
cinnamon in
smell?
No cinnamon. It is just.
It tastes
Wow.
like it has
Is there
cinnamon.
sugar in
It
this?
tastes like
Michael?
cinnamon.
Wow, this is unreal.
Chelsea, do you drink coffee at all?
No, it's the. It's
You can't drink coffee?
It's the literal infusion of the pepper, the
Makes you
chocolate,
nervous?
and the
This is
CBD.
Michael, this is
delicious.
delicious.
This is amazing.
Delicious.
It
Don't
is
even
very-
sniff
It's delicious, and there's no cream or anything in this. This
No.
is
I could
strictly
drink
the
this black.
coffee.
I know.
And if people ask
you
us
do
where
this?
the coffee is grown and where do the coffee beans come from,
Down, yeah.
I get that question all the time. We have interests in 23 different cultivars in 19 different countries, and we have contract we're signing with Vietnam because we have so much interest in our coffee products that entire countries, ministries of health are contacting us to do business with them.
this is delicious.
You know, the funny thing about all this is that people talk about seeking help and things that they can do on their own. And booze is not an answer. I'll even go on the limb and say legalize marijuana for certain physical things like glaucoma and things like that. I can see that. But there are people that I know that now are taking it because of anxiety. And I'm sorry, I've seen the results on the legalized marijuana, and to me it's not working. That aspect of it. This, on the other hand, it has a different effect from what I'm seeing. Now, this is my personal experience, not theirs. They're not saying it, I'm saying it. And it didn't work. The people that I know that are doing the legalized stuff, it's not working for them. And I tell them, you know, maybe you should shift gears, right? And see if something else. They want to do it all at the same
You know, it was
time.
interesting, and I was watching the news last night. There are some medications that are so prohibitively expensive for MS and walking and beyond unaffordable in the United States, that there's an insurance company that is actually flying people to the outskirts of California and then driving them over the border to get their medication, right? Because what we've done in this country is we're pricing out patient care for healing. And now we've got a product that can help, right? The price point, you can even just have it in coffee or creamer. You can have a simple I call it edibles for lack of a better word, but not as a connotation to marijuana edibles. These are CBD. These are no THC. These are legal. The gummies and the beans to help with anxiety. I know we have a client and actually coming to the game with us. He has muscular dystrophy, and he is on CBD to help with his spasm and his seizures. And again, an affordable alternative to some medications. You're seeing this with anxiety and depression and
inflammation, pain.
And that as well. And you work with patients with that as well.
Well, it's part of its side effects, you know. I mean, just people who are depressed and anxious typically have body pain. And
people who have chronic pain have depression.
Exactly.
Well, you know, that's a whole nother thing, right? When you've got pain, even though you know, my husband, right? He tore his Achilles, or people break an arm and a leg. You know in your mind it's temporary. But the pain becomes so debilitating and depressing, and then your whole life changes, and you can't be as independent as you once were, and it changes everything. And one medication gives you another medication, and then it's this cascade.
And you can't get off the opioid, the painkillers.
But look at this idea of coffee and creamer, right? It's an everyday for most people, and if it's not coffee, you can put the creamer in your tea. It is not for babies. Do not give this to your children.
The CBD tea, we're already on top of that for the K-Cup, but also for brewing, or steeping rather, with actual high CBD content hemp buds, the actual flower mixed in with many different, like, super high quality
and you can get these products at number 1 meanbean.com or CBD hemp meds. It will redirect you to the site. So if you put in onemeanbean.com, it does redirect you to CBD hemp meds, so you are still on the same site.
Till, I think, Wednesday.
And then what changes on Wednesday?
It goes to the permanent site.
Which will be?
The onemeanbean.com.
Oh, okay. So it will stay onemeanbean.com
Absolutely.
on Wednesday. Okay. Because actually one of my producers asked, because they put in One Mean Bean and it redirected, and I said, yes, you're on the right site. So if you put in onemeanbean.com, you are correctly on the site. It will redirect you until Wednesday, and then you're good to go. What do you think, Freddie Jr.?
It's good. I tried.
The funny thing is he doesn't look like Gio, but he talks like Gio, Freddie.
I tried the vanilla creamer with... I tried the bourbon one, which I like because I drink whiskey.
Whiskey bourbon, man.
The Bavarian chocolate. I like it. I like the bourbon better, but...
You like the bourbon coffee or creamer?
The coffee.
Which one did we try? The creamer. I could just drink it like this.
I'm not sure. There's more in this bottle. It's not labeled.
I think it's vanilla.
I'm going to tell Gen G we got a new drinking game.
Yeah, there's
wow.
caramel one.
This is really
Try this alone, Freddie.
This is the caramel.
It's delicious. The caramel. Let's go to commercial break. When we come back, more with, tell me the name of the show?
Matters of the Mind.
Matters of the Mind, tonight at 6 p.m. OneMeanBean.com. Of course they did. Wait till you hear their intro and closing tonight. Matters of the Mind. Stay tuned. 888-565-1470, and we will be right back.
I love that name.
Let's all welcome a new sponsor to the show. It's AMP2 TV, the first and only internet production company that's truly plugged in. When you're looking for a full-service internet TV radio production company, discover AMP2 TV, a full-service production company that can provide all streaming videos in studio or remotely. They offer web page development, and they use all the latest platforms to help make all your business selling points more powerful. They can do remotes or live radio streaming, as well as tape productions for social media platforms and television. AMP2 TV can handle all of your television needs, including closed caption for a perfect on-air telecast. Choose from a variety of creative TV and radio packages, or visit one of their many studios to get your creative juices flowing. Come and see why AMP2 TV works with many major companies, including Comcast, Bravo, and Fox 29, as well as individuals and businesses of all types and sizes. To see samples of their work or to find out more, visit their website at amp2.tv. That's A-M-E, the number 2.tv, or call them at 866-224-5422. Feel free to call for a quote or just a consult of how to put your business on a social media platform or radio platform, or just doing a show that is covered by all platforms. Call 866-224-5422 and make an appointment. That's 866-224-5422.
Are you ready to fall in love with yourself? Own your gifts and step right into your power. Well, you've come to the right place. FeelGoodExpress.com. I'm Dee Dee Lyons, and I'm founder of my Feel Good Express lifestyle program. It's so easy peasy. I empower you with heart-centered tips and tools that you'll have to practice every day. The mantra will be, believe it before you see it. I see you, I hear you, and what you say matters. So follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and at my website, feelgoodexpress.com.
Do you want to enhance your love life with flowers? Rejuvenate love, life, health with flowers from Blossom Moments? Weekly deliveries to your home, your business, hospital, or even senior centers. Give us a call at 561-951-6343. Blossom Moments could also coordinate your wedding or event. Contact Blossom Moments at bmgevents.net. For all of your floral event needs, large or small, call Blossom Moments. 561-951-6343. And we look forward to hearing from you.
Thank you for watching the Brooklyn Cafe, where every day is a new adventure. If you'd like to join Dawn and Freddie S. at the cafe, give them a call at 888-565-1470 toll free. Come on in for a cup of coffee or call to share a thought for the day and get all the information you need to help your business grow. Don't forget, sharing is caring, and to like this video. Let's reopen the cafe doors now. Back to Dawn and Freddie S.
Go.
Whoop, whoop, and we are back. I'm going to have coffee everywhere at the Brooklyn Cafe TV. You know, I'm always known for spilling coffee on all of our beautiful things, so I got a second one, and I almost just spilled my coffee again. Mental Health Awareness Monday. I think it's a segment that we have to continue to do. We've had it the past couple weeks, and somehow it always comes back to anxiety. And I love what you're doing at the Center for Authentic Living, because you do paint journaling.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
What is that?
That is something, I don't even know. What is paint journaling?
You or me?
Oh, okay. I'll start off
together,
and you can always. So paint journaling is about painting, but it's for process, not for product. So we're not looking for, Van Gogh and future Picassos. That's not what we're looking for. We're looking for people to really access their feelings and really express their emotions, express their feelings through paints.
It's bridging the unconscious to the conscious.
They paint anything they want, or is it a structured
anything
class?
they want.
Yeah, it's not for product. In fact, we bring everybody into a meditation to begin with, and then we do half-day workshops. I mean, you can do it for days. We've participated in days.
Do you have to be an artist? Because I think I would be so overwhelmed as to what to paint.
No, you would be so surprised of what shows up on the canvas. I cannot. I'm stick figures.
And that's an interesting point that you just made. That's part of the process of going into the paint journaling workshop and getting in touch with the fear of, what am I going to paint?
I'm already nervous just thinking about it. Like, oh my gosh, what would I do with a blank canvas? Seriously?
That's right.
And what if
It
someone
brings up-
doesn't like, and someone goes, but my flower's not perfect, or what if it's not a flower? What if it's abstract? And what if the person next to me is better and I've got even more anxiety?
Your process during that whole situation is sort of a metaphor of how you operate in the world.
That's her.
And not just her, everyone.
She's a process, and she's not even there yet.
But we all get caught up in our head, right? So
Yes.
it's totally a metaphor of
We all
getting
get
caught
caught
up
up in our
in.
head?
Most people are stuck in their head.
But
What do you say all the time? Get out of your head.
Dawn, we really make sure that at the center, we make it very safe and very confidential, and also a place where we don't want people to worry about being judged. This is really, you're in, It's judgment free. You're in connection with you and your canvas, and that's it.
So if I take a bowl of paint and throw it at the canvas, I'm good to go?
If that's what you choose to do.
That's what I would choose to do.
Well,
But you might not be finished.
Oh, you will
I'm not
not.
putting
You
you
will
in-
not be finished. I promise you.
You get stress
Trust you
painting
me.
too? I got to get you a mic.
You do stress painting?
She gets stress. Well, right. So my daughter's an artist. You teach art. You're not on camera, so don't worry. And you tell me you get stress painting. If you get stress painting, can you imagine what all these other artists do, or non-artists?
Well, like sometimes it comes to me, like, you know, when I was off on winter break and I knocked out 4 paintings in 2 days and it was awesome, it was great, and then now I want to paint something, I don't know what to paint. I feel blocked. So, and I think that's because, like, I'm in the thick of, like, everyday life and work and personal stuff, and I'm so stressed all the time that, like, when I had that time off, I was able to just let it go.
And what is the process then that you go through?
So what she's talking about, she's an artist. So we encourage people not to come in with any preconceived notions of what they're going to paint. Don't even think about what you're going to paint. You're going to come up to the canvas and you're going to just allow yourself to put whatever comes to you in that moment.
What's the question you ask?
So it's not really a question we ask. It's more about being really in a meditative state with yourself and allowing whatever comes up for you to appear on the canvas, and to approach all the paints on the table and the canvas with a sense of wonder, with a sense of question, with a sense of curiosity. Whoa, what's coming up for me right now?
She loves what she does.
She's scary.
I'm watching her breathe.
Now I'm petrified because I walk in there, I'm going to hand her back the canvas the way she gave it to me. She said, "What happened?"
Yeah.
I said, "That's what I was thinking."
A
It
sense
just
of
happened
wonder
so
and
fast.
curiosity.
No, the picture happened so fast. Don't you see the picture? Can't you see it?
But you know what? Everyone has their way of expressing what they want to express. We do this on the radio all day, every day, right? There are people that go, "Oh my gosh, I can't," right? You're sitting here saying, "Well, you make it really easy," but tonight you'll see. Michael expresses his passion through coffee and getting people healthy. And it's changing the whole venue of what you normally do to express yourself. And that gets a little intimidating.
I think that if you walk around with a pad and you hand people pads and you're sitting down, there was a time we did a show and I brought an artist in and I did the same thing. I said, "I want you to draw what you see on the show." And she was there for 2 hours with us, and she
yes.
remember, and she put these dimensional figures on the
You
set.
look 12.
I looked like I was 2.
You saw that picture of him, right? He looked like he was a baby because he had no hair.
I had nothing. It was the creepiest thing I've ever done. I
How
said,
much
okay,
fun is that?
Oh, it was really a lot of fun. I asked her for a copy of her driver's license because I said, "My goodness gracious, this
Imagine
lady's scary."
Freddie, he's got this face, but as a baby, it was kind of scary.
And it's funny, we went from that to a gallery. So I'm really, like, some people are afraid of clowns.
I think my birds are behind Dylan.
Where's,
What happened to Teddy?
Teddy ran out of here.
Where's
Oh,
our
there she goes.
butterfly, Teddy? Yes, we released a butterfly here today as well. We do all kinds of things.
It's just really...
Be careful with that butterfly.
But it's, all different ways to relieve anxiety. And there's so many things. And you're going to talk about the tools on your show starting tonight at 6. But, right, laughter and painting. And sometimes there's more than just talking.
Well, we like to think of ourselves as holistic mental health practitioners. So, of course, our major thing in our office is talk therapy. But we also want to add a whole spectrum of different kinds of things to help people with body, mind, and soul and emotions.
Do the two of you work together with a person, or is it individual?
No, individually. In group. I mean, we work together.
In a group?
Yeah.
Well, we have groups that we work together, but then we do individual talk therapy also.
You're confused.
Whatever.
Right.
The painting is we do together, as co-leaders.
And when do you do
co-facilitators.
when do you do the
together.
painting? I would love to attend the painting.
The next one is March 23rd.
Yeah, Saturday, March
Of course it is.
23rd.
It's the same
Of course
day
it
as
is.
BB&T
9
Center.
a.m.
Oh, 9 a.m. though.
No.
We can have a whole day.
12.
9 to 12. Come on down.
I can't. We have the ice.
Not
thing.
until 5.
Yeah, but I gotta pack things up. This one thinks it's, let's take the crayons.
It's crayons.
Come to the Center for Authentic Living in Delray Beach, Florida. And
Where's the center?
It's in Delray Beach. You want the
17th Avenue.
Address.
1200 Northwest 17th Avenue.
Suite 13.
And your phone number?
561-265-5738.
And what's the difference between being a psychologist and a social worker as far as going for therapy?
Yeah, it's just training, but ultimately it depends on what you specialize in. I mean, the training is different and yet similar. It's all mental health, but as far as licensing, we're both licensed in the state. We both take some insurances.
I want to rename mental health.
Both social workers?
No, I'm a social worker and she's a psychologist.
I'm a licensed psychologist and she's a licensed.
I want to rename mental health, right?
Or you're going to rename it?
Well, think about it. When you've got a cold, do you call it cold health? When you have an earache, is it like ear health? It's health. It's holistic healing. I'd rather give it a whole broader name. This is just part of who we are.
You have an earache, do you call it?
Seriously, mental health is like brain health. I mean, it's just part of who we are. It's everyday life, and it needs to become more and
So
more
what do you want to call it?
acceptable. Just health, holistic healing.
I love that,
all of
Dawn.
it. We got to. Because mental health is so stigmatized. Forget destigmatizing it, right? All we can do is talk about it, and it just becomes a whole wellness as a person.
That's true, because if you say you're a mental health specialist, people sort of put their cup down, walk
Right.
away.
That's it. They walk away.
Right, you go for
not gonna
therapy
talk to
because
you.
you have anxiety, but if you go, and people but if you have a stomach ache, no one says, you have a stomach ache.
I got a better idea.
They don't like it.
I'm going to say I'm a belly dancer.
You should. That I'd like to see.
I'm a belly dancer. I
Belly
bet you have
dancer
people
and a
say it,
Speedo.
and they're going to want to know.
Or they may run away.
No, they're going to say, oh, really? Got to go. But if you say you're a belly dancer, people would stick around to listen to. No, maybe. That's the deal.
But I do think we just need to forget destigmatizing it, re-deliver it in a whole other package. It's just health.
Right.
And it's part of just functioning in everyday life, because you know what's going on in the world, as you say, good, bad, or indifferent, it's not always so pretty. And we just have to get through it step by step with no judgment.
Right. And there are so many things you can do, and I think that's what we're going to talk a lot about that
We'll talk
tonight.
about that
There's
tonight.
so many things that you can do besides talking to someone. Alternative stuff, traditional stuff, even easy things like stress relief tea or tea with CBD. We're going back to the CBD, right? Or stress relief, kava, herbal teas. At night, nice bedtime routine, very calm.
Well, think about it, right? That's acceptable. Kava, you talk about different CBD,
valerian.
and then CBD tea. It's hemp. Again, it's an herbal tea.
And
No
if
reason
you're-
Something so basic as just having some real nighttime rituals. Turn the technology off an hour before you go to bed.
Take a bath.
Take a bath with some lavender oil.
Take a bath.
Take a
bath. Take
Just
two.
relax.
And if you're a parent and who knows your kids allegedly better than anybody else, and they need a little help, don't be afraid to pick up that phone and say, I want you to call my son, or maybe have a meeting with them, have a cup of coffee or something. I'm sure you guys would do that as well.
Absolutely. And for more CBD and One Mean Bean, onemeanbean.com, #1, or CBD hemp meds. It'll get you all the same information. More to come with Michael and the Cold Brew.
Michael, my CBD's.
We'll get you more. Have a great day, everyone. Tune in tonight, 6 p.m. for
Matters of the Mind.
We'll see you tomorrow, same time, same place. Be kind to each other.
And don't be late.
Bye-bye.
That's a
Pure Wave. Supercharge your cells. Energize your body with Pure Wave therapy. Internationally patented, Pure Wave technology helps eliminate radiation from modern electronic devices, which can cause chronic disease. Pure Wave technology strengthens the immune system and metabolism while activating hormone production. PureWaveNow.com, 561-965-7777. Are you ready for improved cell regeneration, less discomfort, a longer, healthier, vital life? Contact PureWaveNow.com for your consultation. Non-invasive technology promotes relaxation, a better quality of life, and more energy. Call PureWave Now at 561-965-7777. PureWaveNow.com.
The Heart of Delray Gallery, located in the Delray Art Complex, is one of South Florida's top venues for art, culture, music, and private events. The Heart of Delray Gallery is a cutting-edge, 11,000-square-foot art exhibition showcasing local artists and artisans with the highest quality of talent and vision, highlighting South Florida's creative arts. Visit us at the Heart of Delray Gallery, 1440 North Federal Highway in Delray Beach. Come, take a tour, book your next private event or fundraiser, or join us for Art Walk the first Friday of every month from 6 to 11 p.m. For more information, give us a call at 561-278-0074.
Well,
1470 AM and 95.3 FM. The Health